Hey friends, Hector here from StrongestHec.com with this week's Movement Monday for the week. Today I'm going to be showing you probably one of the best core activation drills, very popular in the strength/movement community, and these are called dead bugs. So the dead bug is nothing new. I'm simply going to show you something modified that you can do to actually load that movement to add a little oomph to it, okay? Add a little spice to it, okay? So, have you been following this movement series that I've been putting on? This is I think the 9th episode or something like that. I've talked about how movement is a behavior, right? And so, if we don't fix that bad behavior, and we continue to load it with external weight, it's only going to make it an even worse movement, right? If you got a really bad shoulder, yet you keep doing presses and push-ups, it's just going to make it even worse, right? Instead, we want to clear the movement pattern. Once it gets better, then we want to reinforce that good movement with weight, okay? So once you get your shoulder moving well and the mobility starts to increase, you can start to load it with either pressing or push-ups or however, right? And the same pretty much goes for all movements, whether it's the hips, the shoulders, you name it. So the dead bug is the same exact thing, okay? Once we start to establish really good core activation and we're actually have good movement out of the hips and out of the shoulders, we can now move forward to load it to kind of reinforce what it is that we're doing. So what I'm going to do really quick is just show you what the dead bug looks like if you're unfamiliar with it. If you are familiar with it, this will just be a good recap for you. So the dead bug, you're going to start on your back, and one of the other than core activation, another really good thing that the dead bug is good for is it's actually a regression to crawling. So if you've been in the fitness community for any length of time, crawling is really big right now. It's really in. People talk about crawling all the time, and rightly so. It's got many health benefits. It teaches the shoulders and the hips to work together in unison to get you from point A to point B, and then eventually you want to lead to where you're standing up, running, sprinting, etc. But crawling is a great way to reset, kind of like brushing your teeth, right? It's like daily maintenance. So, but maybe you have knee problems, okay? Maybe you've got some knee issues, maybe you've got some bad wrists, and so being loaded on your knees and on your wrists may not be a good thing for you. So this is a great alternative if you want to get the same benefits, the same motor recruitment, and you want to get those same benefits as the crawl. The dead bug is going to give you those. So you're going to start on your back, okay? And what you're going to do here, I'm going to show you a couple of different variations. So depending on your current fitness level or depending on your current movement capabilities, you can go through these. So level 1 is if you're new to the dead bug, you're just going to start with your knees up like this. You're going to relax your legs. Maybe you're really tight in your hips. Maybe you've got really tight hamstrings, okay, or even hip flexors. You're just going to start with your knees up, okay, slightly above 90 degrees, okay? Relax your legs. You're going to have your hands up just like this, okay? Variation 1 is you're going to drop opposite arm and opposite leg. So you're just going to bring it down like this, okay? And slightly elevate your foot. Don't completely relax your foot on the ground because we want it to remain active, okay? And then come back up, and you're going to do the other side. And basically go through this for, 10 to 20 repetitions. You'll start to feel this burning in the abdomen here, and that's what we call reflexive stability of the trunk, okay? Now, as you begin to progress through that, maybe that's a little, you're a little more advanced, okay? Maybe you have better control of your core. Your next progression would be to straighten the leg, okay? So I drop opposite arm. So instead of bringing my foot down towards the floor, I'm actually going to straighten the leg, keep it active. Don't let it relax like this. Keep it active. Flex your toes, your ankle, come back up, and then you're going to do the other side. And same thing. You'll go through 10, 20 repetitions. And so what you're doing here is you're forcing the shoulder and the opposite hip to work together. So you're crossing midline, you're connecting the X, that virtual X that your body makes, okay? So, and you're not putting any stress on your knees, and you're not putting any stress on your wrists, okay? So you just, like I said, you just go through 10 to 20, okay? Let's say you're more advanced and you have even better control, okay? And you have pretty good like hamstring flexibility and control of your trunk. You're gonna bring your legs straight up. You're gonna flex your ankles, and you're gonna reach up towards your hands. Now you're going to drop, opposite arm and opposite leg, come back up, opposite arm and opposite leg, come back up. And then you'll really begin to feel this in the trunk, hip flexors, you'll feel it, everything here, okay? And this is what we call the dead bug. As you can see, I look like a dead bug, right? So you're beginning to work the hips and the shoulders together, and it's probably, I don't know, arguably, I guess, one of the best core exercises that you can do that's really gonna have some great carryover into your strength training, okay? But it's a great reset, and it's unloaded. So if you like I said, if you got some pre-existing injuries in the knees or in the wrists, this is gonna be great for you. So now, how do we take that up? How can we kick that up with one kettlebell? You wanna use a light bell. So this is a 16. Gentlemen, I recommend like stop at like 16 kilos, so anywhere between like 10 and 16 kilos. Ladies, 8 kilos up to like 10 or 12 kilos, okay? We're not trying to use a lot of weight here. And all this is gonna do is just kind of load the shoulder a little bit more, and it's gonna work the core a little bit more, because the kettlebell is gonna kind of be unstable, because like I mentioned before, the kettlebell is a live weight when compared to like a dumbbell or a barbell. And what does that mean? What does a live weight mean? Basically, since the weight is off-centered, okay, since when I hold the dumbbell, like actually the weight is in my hand. So to carry the kettlebell like a dumbbell, I would actually have to hold the bell, because now the weight is centered in my hand. Same thing with a barbell. But when you're holding the kettlebell, you're actually holding it by the handle, so the weight is offset, okay? So every time I move this thing, every time I press it, every time I snatch it, every time I swing it, the weight is constantly changing, so it's a live weight, okay? So we're going to take advantage, and we're going to leverage that live weight in this body weight exercise known as the dead bug, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to start as if we were in the get up position, okay? So I'm going to start on this side, okay? Start as if you were in the get up position. You're going to roll to your back, okay? And press up, all right? From here, I bring my knees up, okay? My goal is to see the belt. You can see the weight of the handle is trying to pull me back this way. And right now I can feel my abs on right now, because I'm trying to resist it pulling me this way. So I have to actively hold this bell, and I'm kind of gently pushing forward. And that's actually reflexively lighting up my midsection, okay? From here, I'll go through my dead bug positions depending on where I'm at with my current mobility. So I'm either doing, oh, wrong one. I'm either going here, okay? Or I'm going here, okay? Just like we went over the body weight. As I begin to become more advanced and my mobility starts to increase and my core is getting stronger, I can go through these dead bugs like this, okay? Then, as I get even more competent and I have better control over my core, I now go through my dead bug like this. Okay, and like I said, 10 to 20 repetitions. So I'm trying to maintain this bell lined up over my chest, my shoulder. I don't want the bell to come out this way. I don't want it to go out that way. So in order to maintain it here requires a good level of reflexive core stability. And that's it. Pretty simple, right? So obviously, practice the dead bug body weight first before you go into a load. But once you begin to improve and you notice that your hips are starting to open, your shoulder, flexing of the shoulder is starting to improve, you can now begin to lock that in and reinforce that good movement by using an external load. And I recommend using a kettlebell, okay, instead of a dumbbell or a barbell for the reason that I explained earlier, because we want to leverage that live weight aspect of the kettlebell. So when I'm here, the bell is actually trying to pull me back, right? Versus if I just hold a dumbbell, well, the weight's just going straight down, and I'm really not getting any use of that external weight other than it just being weight, okay? So like I said, kettlebell size, ladies, 8 kilo to 10, maybe 12. Gentlemen, 12 kilo or 10 kilo to like 16 kilo, okay? And so obviously you'd practice that on both sides. This will be a great drill before you're doing anything that obviously requires your core, you know, front squatting, doing swings, deadlifts, pressing, especially pressing. If you plan on going overhead, you want to make sure you've got a really good control of the trunk and that overhead position. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any comments, you can leave something in the comment section below. I'll leave some details in the description area. And as always, if you're enjoying these Movement Monday episodes, be sure to subscribe up here or wherever I put the little subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe. That way you can stay up to date with anything that I'm releasing on movement, whether it's with kettlebells or with body weight. So that's all I got for you guys this week. Again, I'm Hector with StrongestHec.com and this week's Movement Monday for the week.